Today I'm going to show you how to use the 4-column method. You can find this graphic organizer in your student planner. When you're given an essay question, this is a good pre-writing strategy to help you analyze your thoughts before you write. So an example of a question that you might be asked is provide 3 possible causes of World War I. So in the first column, it's asking you, what do you have to do? What are the verbs in the question? It wants you to provide. And this is also a good time to note any specifics on how many. So provide 3 causes. That's what it wants you to do. So then, your next thought is, what's your topic sentence going to be? Everything you write should have a topic sentence. So we would take this question and say, well, there were several causes of World War I. That's a fine topic sentence. Now you get into the what do you know? And you know you have to provide 3 examples, okay? So now you're going to recall everything that you've learned in that class. Well, what were 3 things that you know led to the cause? Well, there was the assassination. Then there was territory taken by Austria-Hungary, and then Russia stepping in and helping Serbia, basically taking sides. So now I've got 3 examples that I can use. The final one is what you'll do after you've written your paragraph. Make sure that you reread your work. It's easy to skip words or make simple grammatical mistakes. Did you include a closing sentence? Something like, okay? Something like, these are 3 causes of World War I, but there are many more. You will notice here, this is an outline. This is pre-writing. It doesn't have to be in complete sentences. You can shorthand things like I've done. This is fine. This is just to get your thoughts going. Then you take this and turn it into a paragraph. So also in your student planner is a paragraph structure. So if you're looking for just a basic standard paragraph, you put your topic sentence first. Well, you've already written your topic sentence. So this becomes sentence 1. Okay? And then you're going to put your evidence, evidence, evidence. So guess what? This is now sentence 2, sentence 3, sentence 4. You just have to turn these into complete sentences. Finish that thought. The assassination of who? By whom? What territory was taken from Austria-Hungary? Who was it taken from? And why was Russia helping Serbia? Okay? So if you turn that into a complete paragraph, you're going to get something like this one here. There are many events that led to the start of World War I. First, the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand caused global outrage. That was my first example, the assassination, and I've explained who. Second, Austria-Hungary began taking over territory in the Balkans, and Germany allied with them. That was my second example, Austria-Hungary taking territory. Finally, Russia comes to the defense of Serbia against Austria-Hungary, leading to increased tensions. There I've taken my 3 examples and turned them into complete sentences. The only thing missing is my closing sentence. And all of that you can get straight from your pre-writing strategy. This is here to help you organize. If you have to do a question that is a bit more in depth, then we're going to do a longer paragraph, something like this. So let's say you're asked to define the American dream. Analyze 2 examples from what we have read this quarter that shows the American dream in literature. So you have a couple things you're asked to do. First, you're asked to define the American dream. Then you're asked to analyze 2 examples. So in this case, we're asked to analyze. In our previous one, we were just asked to provide. Provide could just mean list. Analyze means explain. They want more detail in this question, so that's a key word that you need to notice. So your topic sentence could be, there are many examples of the American dream in literature. It's a good place to start. So the first thing we have to do is define it. What is the American dream? Okay, let's see. The idea that with hard work, anyone can be successful. Then we get into our examples. So you have to think back on what you've read, so your teacher indicates something you've read this quarter, and provide 2 examples. So maybe your first example is from Death of a Salesman. And then I'm going to add in some information that I remember. Right? I remember that they were a poor family. They were having to borrow money, and the house was in some trouble. That they were struggling overall. As a family, they weren't getting along very well, and that finally they were hiding the issues. They didn't want any of their neighbors or friends to know, and so they were putting on this front that everything was fine. Okay? And then in my second example, I might mention a short story that we read. Or another book. Whatever you want to do. And then again, I'm going to list the things that I remember about that. What did that have to do with the American dream? Okay? This column here relies entirely on you being able to remember what you learned in class. So, once I've got that, then I'm going to think, all right, what's my closing sentence going to be? two examples of the fall of the American dream in literature because I focused more on the bad things about it. So now I've got my outline. And I need to turn this into a more detailed paragraph. Okay? So again, I've got my topic sentence right there. Now, with my topic sentence, I also need to include what the American dream is. Okay? Because that was the first prompt that I was given. Okay? So then this is going to be sentence number 2. Now, sentence 3, 4, 5, 6 even, is going to be this, right? I'm going to state first that I'm going to talk about Death of a Salesman. Maybe I give a few details. Death of a Salesman provides the example of a family struggling to achieve the American dream. Then I'm going to turn each one of my points into a sentence. So this is sentence 3, sentence 4, sentence 5, sentence 6. Or maybe I combine how they were struggling and hid their issues. Okay? Then I move on to my next point. It's going to be number 7. Okay? And then these points here become sentences. And then my conclusion becomes sentence 10. This is an example of how you would use this 4-column method for a much more involved question. You could do this if your teacher asked you to do a multiple paragraph. Perhaps each one of these becomes then its own paragraph. This 4-column method is simply to help you gather all your information first so that you can organize it into a clear paragraph. You will see, I'm going to keep all of my ideas about this topic, Death of a Salesman, together. I'm going to keep all of my ideas about this second topic together so that there's no confusion. My paper flows very nicely from my first example to my second example. And then I'm going to go back once my paragraph is written and I'm going to check my work for mistakes. So this is how you use the 4-column method to help you pre-write and how you can use the paragraph structure to help you organize your thoughts into either a simple 5-sentence paragraph or a more complex 10-sentence paragraph or multi-paragraph essay.